With Gail from Sky.
Okay,
Over to you, Gail.
Yeah, morning.
Good morning.
Can we start with Saka? Is he rested, recovered and good to go on the weekend?
We will know.
Is he?
We will know now. We'll have a training session in a few hours, and we will know whether he's fit or not.
And everyone else came through?
Seems okay. Yeah.
How happy did you go to bed on Wednesday night? And not just because you got the win, but you'd obviously taken a little bit of a risk with team selection, and they'd all come through for you. And how much did that help prove the worth of those players in what could be a really big few weeks for you?
Yeah, I was obviously very pleased with the result, the performance, and the fact that everybody responded in the way that we expected. And when you make changes, obviously, there is this possibility because they haven't played that much. But I think the boys were really, really good.
Yeah, I mean, how happy was someone like Emile Rowe? Did he come bouncing into training yesterday?
Yeah, you could see that. But I think a good example is Reece as well. The previous game he was not in the squad, and the next game he's ready to start, and if someone doesn't react the way he did after, you're not ready to perform. So I'm really pleased with that kind of reaction in the team. And obviously Emile, I think he was really, really strong in the game.
When you look at the fixtures, it's obviously Brighton away first, and it's so tight, and you said you're going to have to be near perfect. I guess, do you look at the 4 away games and think, right there is where it can be won or lost?
Well, yes, but at home as well, and we have the Champions League games, and we have some big games at home as well. So every game in this league is extremely difficult. You look at last night, what happened again, and everybody is just suffering to win because the level is so high, and we're going to have a really tough opponent against with Brighton. We know that. Prepare well and try to be better than them and try to win.
You said last night, did you have 2 screens up, 1 screen up? Cheering, not cheering as you watched the...
I was watching...
You said you were going to be watching?
Yeah, I was watching a bit of both, to be fair, and I stay till late because the game, especially the Chelsea Man Utd one, it was worth it till the end. It was fantastic. It's unbelievable that the league that we are involved in. It's just a joy that the level and the quality of the players and the show that they put in, it's just fantastic.
Were you sitting there in your Sheffield United shirt?
Sorry?
Were you sitting there in your Sheffield United shirt?
No.
Just finally from me, where start from Thomas Partey. He said afterwards, when he spoke, he said, "My head is here, I want to be here." I wondered about him. It's obviously been a really long progress to get him back. Now he is back. So how do you use him? And further ahead, he wants to stay. Is he somebody you'd like to keep?
That he better has his head here because we are playing for big things, and that's what we expect, and we need him because he's a top player, a very important player for us, and you could see the other day on the pitch as well the impact that he can have for us.
And further ahead, is there any progress in contracts up at the end?
Yeah, and he's our player. He's got 1 more year contract, and I'm really happy with him.
Anita from the Premier League.
Morning, Mikel.
Hi.
I wanted to ask you about Kai Havertz. He's now been involved in 12 goals. It's the most number of goal contributions he's made in a season in the Premier League. Just how pleased are you, especially given the tough start he had, the weight of the expectation with the fee surrounding his transfer?
Yes, very pleased. He's got incredible qualities to occupy different spaces in the attacking phase, to thread the goal, to link up play, when you have to be more direct as well, to give you that layout as well. And not only that, I think his contribution defensively is outstanding for the team, his work rate and the effort that he's putting in the high press especially. But he's got more to come, more games to come. He needs to improve those numbers, and I'm sure he will try to do it.
So we've not seen his best yet then?
I don't think so. At his age, and he just started with us. It's just the first season. He's building those relationships. We move him in different positions as well, and he's that good, that intelligent that he can be much better.
I'm not sure if you've seen this stat floating around regarding your defence, that Arsenal have only conceded 4 goals in 2024, 10 Premier League games. Again, I imagine that's something that's making you feel very happy.
Yeah, for sure, because that talks about, first of all, organization on the team in the defensive phase, and then the desire that the players have to keep clean sheet and to defend well and make life difficult for the opponents, and that gives us a big platform, and the weekend that's going to be a really important thing because they are a top side.
And a word on Roberto De Zerbi, his second season with Brighton. They've been in the top half of the table this whole time, despite having injuries like many teams and going to the last 16 of the Europa League.
Yeah, very impressed. Top manager, top coaching staff. I think an unbelievable football club. What they've done deserves incredible credit, and the way they run the football club, the decision they have made, and how they have established in the league and now fighting with the top clubs as well. I think they've done a magnificent job, and I think Roberto is giving a very clear style and attractive way of playing football, and they make life very, very difficult for the opponent.
Thank you, best of luck.
Thank you.
Ian, Talksport.
Hi, Mikel.
Hi.
Apart from the defensive record, which is the best in the Premier League, you've also scored more goals than any team in the Premier League. What more do you need to do then to win this title than what you already do?
Win more games. That's what we have to do, and we're still not at the top, and we have to transform that in winning and winning and winning, and it's the only way to have the chance in the last game of the season to
Do you find it amazing? You've got the best record on both ends of the pitch, and yet there's still one team at the moment sitting above you in the table.
This is the level. This has been the level now in the last 6 or 7 years in this league, and the margins are so small. And let's see. We will have to see those numbers at the end of the last game, and hopefully, if those are maintained, I think we'll have a good chance.
Which of those records are you most proud of, the scoring one or the defensive one?
Only the winning one. The other ones are is the one that I won is the winning one. Obviously, the process is super important. At the end, we want that to reflect in the outcome, which is what we're hoping for.
I saw Roberto De Zerbi the other night after the game at Brentford, and I asked him about the game coming up with Arsenal. And he said, "I don't want to talk about that. I want to go home and have some sleep." In other words, I don't want a sleepless night. Is that a compliment to you that other managers don't want to think about Arsenal, so they absolutely have to in case it gives them nightmares?
Well, I think we all think the same about the opponent. I have the same feeling with them. We finished the game, and straight away I was into Brighton, what we have to do, how we're going to select the best lineup as well, and the things that we have to plan to train the way we have to train to give them the right recovery and be ready to win again.
And last one, very quickly, personally, between now and the end of the season, you and City and Liverpool will all be playing at different times, probably always being able to watch it on the TV. Are you someone that will sit there and watch your title rivals, or will there be some afternoons, some evenings where you take the dog for a walk and you don't want to know the result, and you don't? How obsessive are you going to become with this title race?
I don't know. I have to feel it. I think every game will be different. I think my wife and kids will have a big say on that as well. Because my little one would come and he wants to play with a Lego or go outside to play football with him or go to do something else. I think I will watch majority of parts of those games for sure, but for sure it will be with them.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Jordan, Athletic.
Hi Mikel. Just on your defensive record, we often talk about how you get your team to play in possession, but if we drill into what your coach identity is, do we sometimes underestimate how much the focus is from you is on building, a defensive unit to stop the opposition playing first?
Well, I think if you want to be dominant in games and you want to suffocate opponents, you have to have the ball in order to do that. When you have it, use it the best possible way with the maximum threat. And when you don't, try to win as quick as possible, as far as possible from the pitch. If you cannot do that, then you have to do something else. But they all know how important it is in football, but every phase of play, to be fair.
Just looking at your career, some of the influences you've had, like David Moyes, do you think that is something that maybe gets glossed over a little bit, is that, you have that blend of Spanish football but also British football where it's off the ball, it's aggressive? Yeah, obviously I have learned a lot from all my coaches. With David is a really good example, not only on that sense but in many others that things that he does that I really admire, and you try to pick things there and then blend it and make it your own. Just the last one on that was, I know you said you enjoyed the Chelsea Man U game last night, but that chaotic sort of game, it seems it's now rare for Arsenal to be involved in something like that. Is that quite nice for you to not be involved in them too often?
I don't know, we have been involved in a few of those, probably not that recently, but I don't know. As an spectator, as a football fan, I think it was a head of our game.
Last couple in the live. Simon from the Standard.
Mikel, just on Bukayo with his fitness, are you worried about him burning out in this last stage of the season?
I'm super positive. I think he's going to fly and be so decisive.
Is that because of his way he seems to recover so well? So he's out now, but over the years, it seems like he's developed an ability to be able to get back from setbacks, not be out a long time. Is that what gives you that confidence?
Yeah, I think because he's so strong, how much he wants it when you talk to him, and how excited he is about what is coming. He wants to be there, and he's getting better and better. And it's normal. You have little niggles, you have kicks. He's gone through a lot of that in the last 2 or 3 years, and look at the way he's performing.
Just ask your last one on Emile.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's been a difficult sort of few years for him. He's got the number 10 shirt, signed that long contract. Just looking forward, do you still view him as a big part of this project? It was interesting from West Ham in January. He's got 2 years contract. Do you still see him as a big part of what you want to do here?
Yeah. I just I look at him and what happened within the last 2 seasons, especially with him. But what happened 3 seasons as well. Take all that, is the best thing that could have happened for him in his career, if you use it the right way now. So don't look back and say, if no, this happened, use it. That was the best thing that could have happened. I had a great moments, I had difficult moments. Now I know what I want, how to deal with that. That's gonna make me a much better player. And you could see the hell of a player that we have in him when he's fit and he's playing at that level.
Huh?
I don't know if you saw after the Luton game, but Rob Edwards was very complimentary about your side. He said you have no weaknesses. So I wondered, is that something you agree with?
I see, but that's probably managers that we see all the time, more sometimes what we don't have than what we actually have. But it's good to hear from other managers what they think about the team, and we can still evolve a lot, and we'll try to do that.
And what do you think you can evolve, and where do you think you can improve?
I cannot tell you this, but I think we have many areas.
With BeanymanSports and teams like that, great teams in the past, they used to say that the games were won in the tunnel just because opposition teams were so afraid, and they'd look at them and they'd be so intimidated. Do you think your team is starting to have that aura around them now, where opposition teams are almost thinking, how are we going to get a win here? We're in big trouble playing Arsenal.
It's very difficult to have the feeling of what the opponents are feeling. I've been in the tunnel playing with a different shirt and looking at the Invincibles, and I did that. I had that feeling, tonight is going to be really tough. Hopefully we can create that. I think that's something very positive for the team.
Okay, we'll go to 10:30.